I don't want to be here. I don't want to play this. I don't know why I was voted for. But, we'll play it. That's how it works. Let me quickly do this. It's gonna mess with the stream a little bit. Hopefully it's fine. Probably won't be. That seems fine. Okay. Alright. What do I need to view here? You secretly love this game. No, it's not a secret. I really don't like it. First of all, Omkar Shind, you don't know me, but you've been very helpful for me in the Pokemon Emerald Horizon, and I'm glad. Happy to help. We've got, I think, 16 videos of that recorded, so that'll be fun. Hey, let me know how the audio is. Is the game quiet or not? I can't really tell. So a little word of warning at the top of this stream. I'm currently making some health changes, which is like, you know, exercising, dieting, and stuff like that, which means I'm cutting back on one of the few vices I have in this world. And also, my sugar is low, and my caffeine is low. Maybe the worst possible time I could have played this. I'm going to be such a miserable prick the entire video. So I think you guys should prepare for that. Audio balance seems good. Thank you, Emmy. Yeah, I mean, I also just want to say, like, before someone says it, because I've gotten this comment before, Nick, if you didn't want to play it, why was it on the list? And I would counter that to you and say, if you wanted me to play it, why? Because you had to have watched part 1, where I was like, I don't like this game. And I said it the whole time for 3 hours. So for you to vote for part 2 means you knew I didn't like it and you voted for it anyway. Johnny and Dorothea make sense, because they were the ones who picked it originally, so they get a pass. But for everyone else, all like 70 of you who voted for this, and aren't showing up to the stream, by the way, you know, you're getting what you wanted. I showed in part 1 that I don't want to play it, and here we are playing it again. So, yeah. But I should mention, I am going to be a lot meaner in the stream than I normally am, and I apologize for that in advance. I've asked for this game for a year. Why? Why? I've said I don't like it. Do you guys think I don't know myself? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I've said I don't like it, and people are just like, no, he's joking, obviously. No, it's no joke. Anyway, let's get back to it, I guess. City's reconstruction is going as fast as we were hoping. Okay, well, that's not good news. Defenses in the next wave of attacks current. I don't remember what we're doing. We're getting skull Nickmon today, kinda, yeah. It's also hot in my apartment. The AC is not working as well as it could because it's pretty humid out, and I turned it off for a little bit before the stream started and turned it back on. Because I love this game and your misery, obviously. Well, if you guys wanted the Wrath of Zalis, congrats. Today is the day. I like all 3 of the other games. All 3 of the other games in that vote I would have been happy to play. I would have been like, yeah, this will be great. And overwhelmingly voted for this one instead. I'm not, there's no gaslighting, guys. It's not like you secretly, like, I want to be clear, and I want to say this with my whole chest out. Hold on. Just, because it doesn't really fit anywhere today. I don't like it. Look into my eyes. I don't like it. Why do you want to see me play this? It's boring. It's so boring. It's just boring. You walk in circles in the worst designed maps with a fight every 3 seconds. It's awful. The Digimon take forever to level up. It's so badly designed. I get it. You played it when you were a kid. Congrats. I'm so happy for you. Nostalgia is great, and it's a powerful moving force. I don't have it. So you're asking me to play it without nostalgia. I'm gonna make it, and you guys aren't gonna like it because you're like, oh, I like this game. Nick doesn't like this game. He's shitting on this game. And that's a bad experience for everyone. Stop putting me in this position. Stop it. Okay. Anyway, let's move on with the game. I don't know what that sounded like because I was throttling my microphone, but I apologize in advance to headphone listeners. Whoops. Okay. Alright, Nick, we'll still be here either way. I'm glad. Did I fuck up my microphone? No, okay. We're good. Half of that was a bit, just going extra. Half of that was very real. It's up to you to decide which. But also, I warned you at the beginning of the stream, so I feel fine. Okay, so we got our first ultimate. We've got 2 of our champions. We've got a couple rookies in training back here. Okay. What does everyone need to Digivolve? Let's see. 21, 21, 17. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to hit any of those. Wait, is Vademon not turned to Siegemon in this? What? It's his canon line. What do you mean? Why? I don't get it. Why? In fairness, you would have hated Stadium 2 Randomizer 2. I actually will give you credit for that. So, while Stadium 2 Randomizer does also suck, there's like a sense of accomplishment when you go in to play it. And also, that's like meant to be, like, there's the difference between like difficult content and boring content. That's why I'm like, because I feel like I can't make this game interesting. Like, I feel like it's a failing on me as a YouTuber. So you want to vote for this again for part 3? This will not be in a vote again. I've learned my lesson. I've learned. I'm a different man. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. Okay, so this doesn't help me either. I guess I should go to the quest center. Stadium 2 is a built-in randomizer cup where the rental Pokemon actually can have decent moves. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'd rather take care of the Gym Leader Castle though. That's the true challenge. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I worry that my audience will see the option for something related to Digimon and then just click it, bereft of consequence. Just, yeah, this has Digimon, it must be a good stream. That's not, no. It's not how it works. No. And I worry about that. I worry about leaving it to a vote sometimes because I'm like, do the people, the masses, do they truly know what they want? Because then I'll release this video and it'll get 6 likes and 3 comments and like 150 views, and I'll be like, okay, but it took 3 hours of my time or 2 hours of my time. Whereas another video could get the same thing, if not more, and it only takes an hour of my time. Explore Limit Valley. Go to the Inner Room, talk to Glare. Okay, so I had to take the quest first. Okay. Just picked it to see if he wins. I guess that's also an option. That's what I mean, where it's like, will this win? That's why next week, assuming I don't cancel the stream, I have it set, so it's all the losers from this week. I voted for this to see the suffering? Well, great. Hey! Thank you, Johnny. Welcome to Mega. Wow. Did you upgrade your thing? Nice. That's pretty cool. Dyson, I voted for this to see the suffering? Well, I guess you got it. My only goal is to make sure that the suffering extends to the audience. Like a good showman would. If I'm unhappy, we're all going to be unhappy. I also really love their text system, which is different from every other text system in every other game that exists, where you just press X and then the dialogue moves forward. X in this game just speeds up the just incredibly slow dialogue. Look at this. Come on. Why does it need to be that slow? Also, someone commented on part 1 and said, and I am going to get into this. Someone commented on part 1 and said, honestly, every time you said who, it really ruined the video for me. And I'm like, okay, I ruined a 3-hour video for you because I said who 100,000 times in the first 20 minutes. That seems, I feel like you could have just skipped ahead. But also, I said who every time they mentioned, what is it, Raven, whatever, and Lightclaw. So don't get mad at me. Get mad at the game for repeating it the whole time. That was the whole point of that bit, was that they repeated it every sentence. I think from now on I'm going to read exclusively every dialogue at like at the base speed. I think that's the way the game is meant to be played. That is fair. I took 3 steps. Oh, it's Agumon. And Koromon. Chat, how are you guys doing this weekend? I don't know if you could tell. Feeling a little spicy today. Coming in a little hot. Literally and figuratively. It's toasty in this apartment today. Fucking heat wave sucked up my soul? Dude, same. Just chilling, got nothing to do today? Nice. Sharn, you gonna quit your job? You should. It makes you unhappy. I don't like to see you unhappy. Okay. Nice. What else have I been doing? Started playing Far Cry 3 Classic. I just like could not get into a game, so I just picked a random like mindless game. And it's fine. It's pretty boring. It's also just like it's like the broiest game I've played in like a decade. It's so weird. It's so all over the place. You get kidnapped on your vacation and then become essentially Rambo. And after doing like one mission, the entire island like knows, like, cause you'll kill like 3 people and the entire island knows your name and is like, and if you have such like a classic white protagonist name, I think it's like, I think it's Jason Brody. Like the fucking broest name you could have. And it's so corny. We'll talk to someone and they'll give you like a side quest. I'm like, whoa, are you the Jason Brody? I'm like, oh, shut up. Ugh. Yikes. It's I'm playing it like half out of spite at this point. It's also supposed to be a 20-hour platinum, so like, you know. Ended up riding my bike along the coast at night with a friend just to cool off. Nice. Now my legs are sore on top of that. I can add to some bike talk. I have an exercise bike. I've had it for years. And I've been riding on it almost every day. I think last week I rode 17 miles over the course of like, 7 days. I did 2.2 miles this morning. So I'm back on the biking. I'm back on the bike. I was lifting weights as well, but I tweaked my shoulder a little bit yesterday, so I'm giving it a day or two to cool off or like reset before I go back to that. I missed like right before the pandemic when I was working out a little bit more. My arms looked great. I had really great forearms, and I'd like to get that back, which means I gotta lift again. I'm not really like a gym bro or anything like that, but I do like how I feel when I exercise. But then the problem is that I don't like exercising because it takes away from time. I could be playing video games and eating candy. So, the fuck is up in this house? Anger. Seething anger. How are you today, Under? Also, you guys excited for the Pokemon DLC on Wednesday? I'm pretty excited. Thinking of getting an exercise bike for the autumn-winter times. I got this one for $200 back in like 2017, and I've had it since. It's not great. It creaks to all hell. I could probably put some WD-40 on it, but I don't know where to do it. Like, I don't know where the creaking is coming from. You doing good at work? What's up, boys? We're just having a calm, chill stream. We're just taking it mellow today. Nobody freaked out. It's fine. Nobody had a meltdown on stream. Couldn't be me. Who voted for this mess? About 70 people voted for this mess. And where are they now? I don't know. Not in the stream. Are they going to watch the VOD? I'll tell you what, if you voted for this game, tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments that you voted for this game when you watch the upload. And if there's less than 70 people, then I'm going to assume most of you just saw Digimon, voted for it, and had no intention of watching it. Sounds like you need a cold, brisk iced tea. Unfortunately, I forget who. I think the company that owns Brisk, or is it Nestle? I think it is Nestle. Is super shitty, so I don't drink Brisk anymore. They're like, no, water's not a human right. What are you talking about? I'm like, okay, well, maybe I don't do that anymore. Voted Steam 2 for the record. Nice. I want to know who the real ones are, because Your Turn to Die got way more votes than I thought it was gonna. So those are the real ones. Those are the ones that are like, okay, we have a very niche, like unheard of game. That's the one we should clearly try and vote for. I think next week is gonna be Your Turn to Die's last chance, and then I'll probably just I won't put it on a poll anymore. I'll just play it on my own. Pop in. Just remember, y'all, you asked for this. Hey Nick, not a sponsorship or anything. Before watching the Wrath of Zalis stream, I was a loner hermit, but now after watching, I have a girlfriend, even somewhat sociable. Channel really works. I'm telling you, that's how it works. Listen, you like the videos, you like the streams, you smash that like button, you watch for a while, you become more sociable, you become a better person. You're a more well-rounded person. That's the Nick Zalis guarantee. And if that doesn't happen, you just haven't waited long enough. So you can't sue me because I have not given you a time frame on how long it takes to work. But yeah, I'm super happy to hear that, Lord Guy. That's great. I have also gotten a girlfriend and become more sociable since starting this channel, so it clearly works. Voted for Your Turn to Die? Hell yeah. I could tell you voted for it, Sean, because you told people to vote for it like minutes after the poll went up, and there were like 3 votes. So, and I think only one of them was for Your Turn to Die. So I was like, well, I know Sean did one of these. I even found a girl that likes Digimon. Woof. That's how we met. She saw the Digimon World 3 episode I was watching. Wow. Oh, that fucking... I love to hear that shit. That's great. That's what this channel is all about. Bringing people together so that collectively they can pay me more money. No. I'm happy. That's great. That's really good news. I love to hear it. I did not find a girl that likes Digimon. I found a girl that likes Pokemon, and I'm like slowly, like by osmosis, letting her see some Digimon and seeing how she feels about it. Cupid of Zalis? Yeah, if only there was a sin that represented finding love. If only one of the 7 deadly sins had something to do with love. Hint, she feels positively? Hell yeah. You love to hear it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wait, no. My girlfriend played all the way through Digimon Cyber Sleuth, so clearly she's a step above most in terms of Digimon fandom. Straight up just fucking lost. That's true. Also, Godemon's HP is 420. Wanted to point out the meme number. Hey, Remy, what's going on? Like every watch stream, for some reason I'm still single. Tech support, please help. Before you can find someone else, Sean, have you become okay with yourself? That is the first step. First step to finding someone else is making sure that you believe in yourself first, and you believe you are the best version of yourself. So you're saying I should quit my job? I'm not saying you should. I'm saying if you did, I'd be happy. Because I think it's making you unhappy. And I think you can do better. But by no means am I directly telling you to, because that gets into a weird territory. That gets into literal influencing, where I'm like, maybe not. Going back to lurking while you just watched. Just want to say that real quick. I've been streaming. Thank you, Lord Guy. Very, very grateful that you said that, and grateful that it's working out. You heard it here first, folks. The system works. Consume more Wrath of Zalis content, and your lives will be richer for it. Ooh, it's dark. Nice. It was fun. I enjoyed that for a couple seconds. Caesarmon. Chad, I'm gonna give you guys a little quiz. Oh, a nice Dromogimon, because he's got the weird evil mustache, and his hair is a slightly different color. I love that one of the variants, one of the palette swaps for Dromogimon is just a fucking mustache. That's so stupid. I got a question for you guys. What is the first, or where is the first appearance of Caesarmon in the Digimon anime? Can anyone name that for me? Go back to Legends, play in the background, I'll watch football. I'll watch the God later. Hell yeah. Adventure 02. Incorrect. I think. Under's correct. It is a movie, but which movie? The 03 movie? for tamers. You guys are on the right track. It is the it's the movie they introduced Mephistomon. But correct, it is the Digimon. It's the like first season 3 movie. I don't remember the name of the movie. I'll be honest with you. I know that it was a weird time for the movie because like they hadn't even gotten megas yet. I don't think they'd even turned into ultimates yet. I think they turned into ultimates in the movie before it happened. But also they turned into ultimate pretty quickly in Tamers. So I don't remember. I wonder if it's appeared in the games before that. This feels like a Digimon that could have appeared in Digimon World 3 and I just don't remember because like there's a fuck ton of Digimon that appear in World 3. Mostly armor Digimon. I can't beat this guy. His mustache is too strong. I feel like this game could really, really use like an auto attack button. That'd be really nice. Did I name someone Kevin? Yeah, Kevin the Tyrannomon. I don't remember what everyone's gonna digivolve at. Wish Cameron would stop panicking. There's only 2 Digimon left in the field, right? It's just like it's almost like in the middle of the battle, you're just looking the other way. You're like, nothing to see here. Sand Yanmamon. You guys remember when I did that stream where I rated Digimon? That was pretty cool. I was surprised at my knowledge of Digimon and the fact that there were a couple Digimon I hadn't seen before. I'm not as up on my Digimon game as I used to be. Alright, bye. See you, Ender. Have fun at work. Not to, you know, drag a point home. But, that's kind of my worry with this game when I stream it, is it puts a lot more on me and you, chat, to make the game entertaining. Our back and forth, so to speak. And there's not much to go over when we're just fighting the same battle over and over. So I don't really know what do we do here? What do you guys want to talk about? What's what you got? I'll let you guys pick the conversation topic. I'll answer any questions you guys got. This is your one chance besides every other stream I do. I think that's the 35th Digimon. I like half believe you. How's your workout gone so far? It's fine. I think I really don't like, and this is like a personal thing, I don't really like slow progress on things. Like, the whole thing with dieting and exercise is that it's inherently something that you keep up with for a very long time and get small growth. And I hate that. I wish if I just worked out hard enough in one day, I could make sweeping changes, but that's not how the body works. So I get impatient, but I've been pretty good at keeping up with it, though. I try to work out before I shower so that when I'm all gross and sweaty, I can just hop in the shower. Dieting is also going okay. I'm mostly focusing on reducing sugar and smaller portion sizes. So, should get to stuff all my extras in one day a week, but yeah. It's really inconsiderate of the human body to not just, like, you know, produce immediate results. Not really an intelligent design, if you ask me. I don't know who that joke was for. But it is going well. I don't know the longest I've kept up with it. I think the last couple times I had to stop working out, it's usually because I get sick. I feel like I fuck with my immune system because I usually just start dieting around the same time. Like for instance, the last time I was doing a really good job working out, whereas I'd worked out like 2 weeks consistently, I caught COVID. Or I had either COVID or like really bad bronchitis. And that fully stopped me from working out. And then it was just harder to get back like to doing it, like getting back into the routine. Can't just did you all in a new form? Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I can't do that. I wish I was made of data. Honestly, it sucks that I'm not made of data. I'll say it. Okay. What can I do with you guys? What am I going to do with you guys? I feel like all their equipment got changed because they all fell below level 10, so maybe I can change their equipment again. Yeah, that's probably part of it. Sure. One other thing I did, I think late last week, or I think it was late last week, I started writing out a big Google sheet of all the games in my backlog, of which there are like 75. I have too many games in my backlog. But I started listing them out, and I was listing them by a couple different like parameters. And it was going pretty well. I stopped at like, what did I think I stopped at N. I was going in alphabetical order. I stopped at Nobody Saves the World. But it's just a lot of data entry, and I just haven't really had the drive to go back and finish it. But I do want to. It's just like, I just haven't. What's next says you hate the most? Ooh, good question. I kind of don't like, it's good. I don't really like running. Because I'm kind of worried with my larger frame. I'm gonna fuck up my knees, so I worry about that. I'm not the biggest fan of sit-ups. I think I heard recently that sit-ups aren't as helpful as people think they are. Like, it's good for like one specific muscle in your core, but it's not like universal. I think I heard that. I could be wrong about that, but so I kind of don't really do sit-ups anymore. I think my core gets a good enough workout normally, and I won't elaborate on that. But I used to like doing push-ups, but every time I do push-ups now, I fuck up my my shoulders. Oh, planks is a good one. Planks are no fun. So I'm trying to work out my arms a little bit more before I go back into push-ups, because I keep fucking up my shoulders when I try them. I only run when I absolutely distress you. Ooh, I love swimming. I grew up in a beach town. So, quite literally take to water like a fish. There's not really anywhere around me where I've like found that I can go swimming again. So, but I used to love swimming. That was my favorite workout. Very good at holding my breath for a while too. I can still do it. I occasionally will test myself, and I'll just like, if I'm just like standing there, sitting on the couch or something, I'll be like, how long can I hold my breath? I think I'm still at like 45 seconds to a minute. Without really trying too much. Push-ups I hate the most. My right wrist is busted, so I can't really do it in a comfortable way. Cross is even slower than other exercises. Yeah, I see it. Before we went home for COVID, when I was in the office, we had a coworker who like encouraged us to like work out for like 5 to 10 minutes on our lunch breaks, and we would all do it together. So like we kind of push each other. So at the time, I remember a coworker told me that they used to be able to do 100 push-ups like in a row. But you have to work at it. You don't just like start at being able to do that. And I was like, well, damn, that's a good goal. I want to try and do that. And so basically in the office, I would like do push-ups, and then the next day, I would try and do one more push-up than I did the day before. And I ended up getting to like 46 I could do in a row, which is really good, and I'm really proud of that. And then COVID happened, and I lost that ability. If you go back to the first Storytime Sunday video I did way back when, that was like right as I was like still working out a lot, and you can kind of see it. You can see that I'm a little more healthy. So that's why I want to go back to push-ups. I really want to get back to that. I still want to go to my goal of being able to do 100 in one setting. like work up to it. But you know, that takes time. And I don't think I really have a good push-up form, which is my like kryptonite. I feel like I need to get better at like actually trying it. Let's see. When I was running back, I did swimming as cardio, and I used that as a I can't see because the heart's in the way. Trampoline to run, so it wouldn't be as stressful on my knees. So that's good. I think I want to get to the point where I just start walking around the block on my like lunch break at work. That's what my manager does. And he says it helps him out. That's supposed to just be good for you, even just beyond exercise. It's just good to get a walk because, you know, gets the blood flowing and whatnot. It's good for mental health as well. Problem is, it's hot as shit out, so I don't want to do that. But my main reason for the bike was that I wanted to. I didn't think we accidentally went the right way. My main reason for using the bike is that building up my stamina before I, like, you know, go out into the world. Hey, welcome. I've been waiting. Tamer of a dying union. I am going to give you your new orders. You can't defy me. Don't try to resist. See Saruman defeat this Tamer. Okay. Just one see Saruman? You know, I think I might be able to do it. Call me crazy. I was watching my nephew swim around at a pool. I was just a few seconds away from jumping in to grab my youngest nephew. He just learned how to swim. He followed his brother in the middle of the pool. Panic started coming back. That's when I almost jumped in. If you're not doing any sprinting, you might as well just walk longer distances instead of jogging. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I wouldn't mind being able to like walk longer distances without really, you know, breaking too much with sweat. Being tired nearly gave me a heart attack. I had a lot of swimming lessons as a kid. So I kind of got used to it. Like I think I had like multiple different places like give me swimming lessons. But I do have one kind of scary, or two kind of scary drowning stories. I've almost drowned 3 times. All when I was a kid. The first time, a babysitter had taken me to like a campground. I truly do not know the backstory of this. I don't know how this happened. But my babysitter had, like, I think she was watching me overnight because my mother needs to, like, be gone for some reason. I truly don't know the details. But she ended up going to a campground because she was visiting some friends who were also doing that. And they had, like, a little pond. You know, it's, like, roped off, like, a safe amount. But they had, like, a little, like, they had, like, a little plank in the middle. That was, like, I guess moored to the bottom. So I swam out there. I don't know how deep it was there. I want to say it was probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet, but I was like 5. So I swam out there. I had like a little like floaty thing, like I was like a little blow up like paddleboard almost. So I get on top of this thing, and then I climb up onto this little like floating like plank, and I go to jump on my little floaty and miss, and I go to grab it, and like my arms just slip, and I go under. And I realize that I can't touch the ground, so I can't kick back up to get air. So I'm flailing now. And finally, I remember very distinctly, this image is burned into my brain. I remember flailing, and I finally managed to get like above water and just yell, "Help!" And I remember like kind of going under, but going back up, and like, so I would like go under for a second, go back up for a second, go back under for a second, like flailing around. And I remember seeing the lifeguard, who was like perfectly in the middle. Like I was looking directly at him when I said help. I see him get down, like jump down off his chair. Then I go back up, and I see him diving into the water. Then I go back up, and I see him close to me. And then I go back up, and he's already grabbed me, and he's like bringing me back to the shore. And I was like, damn, very grateful that guy was there. But I specifically remember, one of the kids, like one of the counselors, who must have been like 16, 18, something like that. As I'm like, you know, I'm like calming down, I'm like breathing, and like, I don't know if someone did CPR to me. I genuinely can't remember. He comes back over as I've got like a towel on me. I'm kind of shaking. He goes, "Here, I got your blow up little floaty." And I'm like, "Thank you." I just think I remember that was really fun. That was just one of 3. I'll tell more after, you know, we do more battles here. Then how about this? Think you can win? Also, yeah, Dorothea, that is incredibly stressful. I hope, or I'm glad it worked out. Hey, stop picking on our rookie. Let us handle the grunts. Don't underestimate the Light Fang. Who? How feisty. But your existence isn't needed in this world. So you'll all be deleted right here. Why are these experienced tamers fighting 3 Sand Yanmamon and I have to fight this thing? What? Also, look how many pixels it has. Wow. Arrived to the occasion. Welcome, Chaz. Kids, man, once you start getting responsibilities, start to understand all the stricter adults when you were younger. Oh, yeah, for sure. So the second time I almost drowned. I went to Disney in 1st grade. My dad took me there, and it was just me and him. And we basically went to Disney on the first 4 days. This is also the only time I've been to Disney World. We went to Disney World for 4 days. We had a good time. On the Thursdays, we went Monday to Friday. On Thursday, it was pouring rain, so we had to do all the indoor stuff. I remember that specifically. But on Friday, we went to Blizzard Beach, which is like the water park, kind of near or attached to Disney. I don't remember if it was part of Disney or if it was just near it. We went to that, and there was this like zip line thing, but you had to be under a certain height, but it was to go into the zip line, which I found very odd, and I still think it's odd thinking back on it. But you had to be like under like 4 feet to go on the zip line or something like that. And I was in 1st grade, so yeah, I'm under 4 feet, and or like close enough to it. I don't remember how tall I was in 1st grade. But so I like go on the zip line just expecting just like splash in a pool. And same thing happens. I splash in the pool, realize I can't touch the ground, and suddenly I am worried. Suddenly I'm like, uh-oh. I can't touch the ground here. I don't know how deep it was, but I wasn't expecting like 6 or 7 feet of water here either. But this time, remembering my previous experience almost drowning, I specifically force myself to sink to the bottom until I can touch the bottom, and then I kick off and go all the way back up above it, and get water, and I can tread water from there. But I remember being like so surprised that it was so deep that I was just completely unprepared for it. And like my dad saw it, so like he came down and he was like I can't believe it was that deep. What was that? And I was like, I don't know. But I'm glad it worked out. I'll bid farewell for now. But remember, you will all perish by the hands of one of your own. My only Disneyland Paris memories are basically just me peeing my pants and crying because I was afraid of Chip and Dale for some reason. They've got big eyes, I get it. 4-year-old me couldn't handle Disneyland. Who was that anyway? Who knows? Hey, rookie, that wasn't bad. Keep it up so you don't tarnish the Light Fang name. Back to city. Let's inform the leaders. Okay. Should I keep fighting here? Now that I've gotten more XP. So the third time I almost drowned. I have to remember the story now. Where was the third time? Did the one in the lake. Did the one at Disney. I had a third one and I can't. This one isn't as much as I almost drowned as just sort of like I was being irresponsible as a kid. So I was at the beach. Been to the beach a lot. Lived in a beach town. Nothing out of the ordinary. Except one of my neighbors, who happened to also be at the beach, had brought an inner tube. And I remember thinking like, whoa, that's really cool. And he let me use it. The neighbor was only like a year older than me. So also somewhat not really old enough to understand what was happening. He put me in the inner tube, and then I like went out into the water, and he was like, "Don't worry, I've tied this like plastic shark to the inner tube to use as an anchor." And me being like a young child, I was like, "Yeah, seems like it'd work. Yeah, okay." And then I just sort of like lay in the inner tube and just like look at the sky and kind of, just space out for a little bit. And then I look back, and the shore looks to be about half a mile away. I have drifted out to sea on an inner tube. And I remember going, this probably isn't good. Like, this probably... I remember going, I don't think the anchor worked. So now I'm, like, waving to the beach, kind of being like, how do I get back? Help. Help. And, like, I could see, like, my neighbor kind of like realize what had happened and like see me waving, and it's like, uh-oh. And I see him run to the lifeguard, and this lifeguard looks at him, looks at me, and then waves my neighbor away. Like, I guess he thought I wasn't in trouble because I was on an inner tube. And like, I mean, knowing now, I'm like, that must be like a 16-year-old kid, like, who just got, this was like his summer job or something, or like an 18-year-old or something. But I'm like, what the fuck? What? Anyway, it actually ended up being my mother, who was also a swimmer, who just swam out, grabbed the rope, and then just dragged me back in. But I remember thinking, like, going up to I went up to lifeguard after, and I was like, I was floating out to sea. Why didn't you do anything? And then he like looked at me, and then he just kind of like went and looked away, and I was like, okay. And that was my, I didn't really almost drown there, I guess. It was a bad situation. Like, I was pretty out there. But, like, we were at the, like, end of the beach, where kind of, like, the current is, like, the strongest. So I think if I had, like, waited another, like, 5 minutes, I could have been in some serious trouble, to the point where someone had to get a fucking boat to come out and get me. I think we're okay. Yeah, that's my, my stories, as a young child, in the water. When I say I was around the water a lot as a kid, I do mean it. Like, I was constantly around water, whether at the beach or different pools and stuff like that. Like different, like, gym pools or, like, stuff like I didn't, like, have friends who had pools, but yeah, I was constantly in the water. I miss it. Swimming is rad. Swimming is a good workout, too. Alright, chat, what do you got for me? Give me another question, because I feel like I milked that one for a while, but I don't know if I have it in me. Wish you had more beaches and pools than you were growing up. It's crazy, Nick. Glad you didn't die. Me too. It would have been a very boring way to die. Any three of those headlines would have been really stupid. Like, kid drowns at Disney. Kid drowns at beach. Kid drowns in lake. I'm like, these are also boring. If I die, I want it to be a cool way. I'll be like, local man saves orphanage from volcano. I'll be like, you're goddamn right he did. Have you considered learning how to swim? I did. That's why all those stories are from when I was a kid. Like, really young. Like 5. Because when I turned like 6 or 7, I was fucking constantly diving. I was the kid who would go into the pool and go to like the deepest end and like touch the bottom and then come back up. I remember when I was in late elementary school, I used to go to the YMCA, as they had like a summer camp. And I used to, I would race with one of the lifeguards there, who beat me every time, by the way. But I remember specifically, I used to try and like swim as far to the bottom as I could, and we would like see who could hold their breath and stay at the bottom the longest, and I would win. So who's having what for supper tonight? I think I'm having leftovers. Some potato croquettes with meatball and tomato sauce for dinner early tonight. Nice. I've been trying to go with pasta and like then just like chicken and rice, keeping it pretty plain. Oh, also, this is an update, I guess, just for Sean. I found out I did buy a Spider-Man controller. I thought I didn't buy it because I couldn't find a receipt anywhere. And then I realized I bought it through Target because they finally charged me for it. And I was like, oh, shit. That is not what I budgeted for. Yeah. So I was a little worried. But I was like, oh, I guess I do have the controller. So it's on the way. I am going to get the Spider-Man one after all. And then I also had my my internet bill come in today, and I was like, oh my god, it's just bill after bill after bill. Chat, I have an idea, and I need you all to follow with me here. What if collectively, like on a national world scale, we just all stop paying our bills? What are they gonna do? They can't crack down on all of us. They can, and they will. I forget. Where do you rest? Do your Digimon heal just by coming back here? Yes, okay. I think. What's everyone's evolution status looking like? It's been a while since I checked. You need to be level 40. SPT 140? What the fuck is SPT? Oh, Spirit. Okay. I like how games can't figure out what to call magic. Like, because I feel like in most RPGs, you have attack, which just means physical attack. It's simple, you get it. But then, like, every game calls, like, magic a different thing. Pokemon calls it special. Some games call it magic. Some call it intelligence. Some call it spirit. It is never the same. It is never the same thing. And I think that's funny. Send the National Guard on us? Yeah, well, that's fine. Listen, some people are going to have to make sacrifices. Holy 35, attack 160. I don't think I'm going to get the holy XP I need, unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I can turn to Gargomon. Nice. We'll do that then. I actually just turned into Gargomon. I'm so tired all the time now that I'm cutting back on caffeine. I don't recommend it. I really don't. Caffeine's pretty great. I like how it's like this socially acceptable, addictive drug. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's clearly bad for you, but also we need it to function as a society, so it's fine. Oh, okay. I guess, sure. Machine, 3500 speed, 145. Yeah, I don't think I'm hitting that. You're back in a run to Tibbs and grab a toffee, see? While you're there, can you grab me some Timbits, Sean? Thank you, appreciate it. Can you get enough for everyone, too? Alright. Gargomon is level 20. We're almost there. Luckily, I never gotten a drink of coffee nor energy drinks. I do energy drinks. I don't do coffee. I do tea occasionally, but tea doesn't have enough power for me. Tea's not caffeinated enough for me. Post them on food picks. Nice. Please do. Do Americans order double doubles, or is that a Canadian thing only? I feel like I've heard double double before. My brother is working on some pretty intense stuff at work. Maybe I just had a shitty habit. I remember I had coffee once and hated it. I mean, the thing I've always heard about coffee is that it's an acquired taste, which I believe. It's an acquired taste, and so that, like, you need to be addicted to the chemicals from the coffee before you can start liking the coffee. Double double, it's burger in and out. I knew I'd heard it before. I think you're right. I think that's where I've heard of. It appears that we have fallen right into his plan. Who in the world was he anyway? I don't know. This enemy and the enemy that destroyed city, they could both be the same individual. Come to think of it, I'm concerned about what he meant by backwards quotation marks perish by the hands of one of our own. Also backwards quotation marks, but in the right spot this time. Could there be a traitor among us? Among us? I'm venting. There's no way of telling for now. Since we can't communicate with Dark Moon City, where? Now, we should be careful not to speak of such things lightly. At any rate, we don't have enough information yet. Let's carefully conduct our investigation now. Nick, well done. I'm glad to have such a talented tamer as a member of Lightfang. Who? I look forward to your future performance. Well done, everyone. Keep up the good work. Collect your reward at Shine Center. Yes, sir. Thank you. This makes me sleepy. I like fraps. I've never had a caffeinated frap. I've only had like dessert fraps. Is this one of those fabled AI streamers? Yeah. Always have been. I've been an AI for 10 years or 11 years now. And nobody caught on. But yeah, I've had fraps. To me are like a different version of like a milkshake basically. But with like less milk and less ice cream. This is a reception center where we deal with quests invited by Union headquarters. Listen, this is the default reading speed. This is how the game meant you to read it. So I'm just following the game. That's just how this works. Should I buy better equipment? I feel like I should. This game is just so tedious. Like, the amount of times you have to re-equip and unequip equipment because it's hyper-specific on who you can equip it to is so stupid. It's a dumb mechanic. It makes me sad. I literally feel myself getting more tired as I think about what else I have to do in this game. Alright, chat. Next question. What do you got? What have you always wanted to ask me, but you never asked me before? What are you dying to know? Such as, what is a frap? And I'll tell you, it is a dessert, kind of. This one's specifically for Holy. It only requires level 10. I'll buy a couple more of these. I think I have way more money than I did last time. What's my dream vacation destination? I'm an American. I don't dream of vacations. They're simply just not allowed. I don't have such lofty goals. Dream vacation. I don't know. I don't know if I have one. My like ideal vacation is just like sitting at home playing video games. I'm not like, I wouldn't mind traveling. It's just not something I like aspire to, if that makes sense. Like traveling is cool and rad, but just not really like my highest priority. Can't tell if I own these already. I forget which one I just bought. Favorite game of all time for me, probably Hollow Knight at the moment. Okay. Favorite game of all time. It's pretty much tied between Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Okami, and Final Fantasy X, and it has been for a while. But some more recent entries, or I think if I had to pick one of those three, at the moment I'd pick Paper Mario, but it's known to change. I think some other like more recent entries that I just like really love. Slime Rancher is a phenomenal game. Hades is a phenomenal game. What else? Slime Rancher, Hades. Honestly, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have completely blown me away of how like surprised I am that I'm into those games. Tears of the Kingdom even more so. I know that's recent, but I honestly think that's one of the best made games I've ever played. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick favorite games because I play a lot of games. Darugumon the Digger, Tyrannomon, and Shine Plaza. Yeah. We're to Switch port of Slime Rancher for my nephew's 9th birthday. Hell yeah, it's a great game. I one of the first 5 people to platinum it on PS4 because I'd played it on PC before. I should really start Slime Rancher 2. It's currently PC only, and it's not finished. But I've waited long enough. I should try it. I'll wait until their next update. What's everyone else's favorite game of all time? Hey, Aniac, how's everyone doing? Sleepy, because we're playing this game. It's, you know, it's something. It's a game. If I played Paper Mario Origami Kingdom, I played it for my 8-year or 9-year anniversary stream for like an hour. I thought it was fine. I mean, the big part of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door for me is I really love the RPG aspects, and making the battles just a puzzle is kind of lame, in my opinion. But the writing seemed good. I can't believe how many people voted for this, not gonna lie. I mean, you know, we could start rumors that someone rigged the vote, and I'd believe it, but I honestly, we talked about it again. I think it's just people just see Digimon and they just click yes. I don't think those people intended to watch the stream or the VOD. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I think they were just like, yeah, I like this game the most. I'm like, okay, but like that's not what this vote's for. And also, yeah, I'm dieting, exercising, cutting back on sugar and caffeine, so I'm already less happy than I normally am. FF9 still on the throne for me. Still haven't played it. Okay. Login Mountain. Big Pharma sabotaging the Wrath of Zalis channel, yes. But that's always the case. Just as a heads up, guys, probably only go for another hour. Just because, you know, like I said, not really thrilled to play this game. I kind of feel like I force it a little bit when I play this one. This is my mistake. I did not think it would be such a blowout with the vote. And I would once again ask people to, like, I know that I had a meltdown at the beginning of the video. Half on purpose, half because it was funny. Hey, thank you, Aniac, for the 51 months. That's almost 4 years. But yeah, thank you for the 51 months, Aniac. I want to know. I want people in the comments to tell me. Do you want me to play this, or are you just happy that it's an option? Or are you not even going to watch the video? Like, these are the answers I want to know. Because if you picked it because you're like, if you, the individual, like Digimon World Dawn, that's fine. But like, have you considered how it would do as a stream? Because I don't think it's good. I don't think I'm good enough to provide content for this kind of stream. That's my big worry. I worry that sometimes when I do the voting streams, people just pick the most popular option or the option they like the most. When I'm like, that's not really what you're picking, though. But I can't really make that clear in a vote. I can't really be like, think of the consequences before you vote, because nobody's going to read that. But, like, break it down for me. Why do you want me to play it? I want to get deeper into it. Favorite game is Suikoden for PS1, waiting for the remaster to come out. People have said that game is really good before. I didn't want to play it. Feel like you have better stream options than Digimon at the moment, but like if people want it, that's what I mean. Like if enough people, if I stream this and we've got like 30 people watching and commenting and stuff like that, that's fine. That's a good stream. But I feel like the people who vote for it don't show up. Obviously, present company excluded. Or even watch the VODs. Honestly, if you're watching the VOD and you're not commenting, that's fine. Do you? But I'm openly confused. So if you could leave a comment just being like, hey, I voted for it because I wanted to see you play it, that would alleviate so much of my internal like strife. Because I truly am just like, do people actually want to see this? I have no idea. I've mentioned it before, because like with Stadium 2, like that game sucks, and I hate doing it. But it's like, there is like a little bit of like, I know what I'm getting in for. I feel like this game is just long and kind of boring. But with Stadium 2, at least it's like rage-inducing. This is just rage-inducing because it's repetitive, which is a different kind of rage. I don't remember what I voted for, just come to the stream regardless. Hell yeah, that's the best option. Get a vote and come to the stream, even if the game you didn't like doesn't win the vote. That's a true Wrath of Zalis subscriber. What you should all aspire to be. Well, I'm just gonna say it, just, you know, Lord Kagai, they're showing up to stream regardless, and, you know, they did find a girlfriend who likes Digimon. So I'm just saying, like, certainly there's a correlation here. They're making good decisions in regards to Wrath of Zalis, and you know what? The universe is paying them out. So, you know, just saying, just saying, like, you know, like, it could work for you too. Do I feel like Stadium 2 is at least better than 1? Hell no. Absolutely not. So, in theory, you would think the Stadium 2 would be better because the mechanics get a little bit better. They add some new things like weather. They like Toxic actually works the way it's supposed to. There's a couple other things. But what you also forget is that when you add 100 more Pokemon, most of them are bad. Not to mention, they also went back to Pokemon that were good in Pokemon Stadium 1 and wrecked them. Like, I think Jinx, which was a Pokemon, which was a really good Pokemon in Stadium 1, sucks now. I think Kadabra might be the same way, too. I think there's a couple of Pokemon that were, like, really good in Stadium 1 that have dog shit moves in Stadium 2. We have the stats to prove that if you watch while you have a better chance of getting a partner married, it's the thing you want. That's true. There are multiple people who started watching me when they were single and are now married. That is a very real fact. So, you know. Take what you want. When will the new Pokemon Emerald Horizons? Omkar, I saw your other comment, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helping you get through it. If you go to my community tab on my channel, like if you click on youtube.com Wrath of Zalis, then it's like videos, live, all sorts of different options. If you click on community, I post the schedule every week. And I've already posted the schedule this week. I think Pokemon Emerald Horizons is Tuesday? When is it again? Let me just pull it up. It is... Yeah, it's on Tuesday this week, and then I'm doing the Scarlet and Violet DLC on Wednesday as a stream. But, and I would be remiss if I didn't say this, members can watch all the videos right now. You could already be watching those videos if you threw $2 a month. Otherwise, it's like 1 or 2 a week. I want you to play this game because I like your commentary, and I also want you to enjoy the game. That's fair. A noble, if not misguided, sentiment. So I do appreciate it. Also, liking this video, I'm told by scientific experts, are far sexier than average people. That's true. That's just science. You do get cool icons next to your name as well. I don't know if I just suck, but Emerald Horizon looks like way too much for me. I think Emerald Horizon is very, very, very difficult in the beginning. but it does kind of even out as you get access to more items, more moves, more evolution stuff. It's really, I think, once you get to Slateport, so after you beat the second gym is when it really opens up. That being said, the second gym was a nightmare. It was so fucking hard. It took me an hour and a half of just beating my head against a wall, and I finally beat it. But I don't think I've really come into a wall quite like the second gym since then. That was easily the hardest part of the playthrough so far. Plus, I'm having a lot of fun. Guys, I used an Aegislash for the first time, like, not for the first time. I like Aegislash. I think it's a really fun Pokemon. But I've always used it offensively. I've never used it defensively, too, and holy shit, that's a broken Pokemon. Like, you can do so many things with that. I was getting my ass kicked by a gym, and then I trained up an Aegislash, and the Aegislash killed 4 of their Pokemon. That thing is a monster. I was able to Nuzlocke past Brawly and Emerald Horizons, but stop there. Gotcha. You were Nuzlocking Emerald Horizons? Oh my god, I couldn't do that. I think the game is way too hard for a Nuzlocke. But I do feel like I'm slowly getting better at Pokemon because I'm playing so many different Pokemon games. Which I think is really cool. I mean, not for nothing. Beating a Pokemon Stadium 1 randomizer does feel like it's a pretty big accomplishment. Like, I feel pretty good about beating it, because it was brutal. Aegislash is a bastard if you're on the receiving end. One can confirm. Yeah, I can bet. Kingsguard is a disgusting move. And I kind of fuck with it now. Kingsguard and Swords Dance just rotating while you're, like, impossible to kill. What is my least favorite game of all time? Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, man. Least favorite game of all time. I've definitely played some games that I thought have been miserable. It's hard because I've played a lot of bad games, but like one that's like truly the worst is so hard to pick out. Awkward Grunts in Petalburg and the one in the tunnel with the Wingull was a nightmare if you have less optimal team. Yeah. Being subscribed to Wrath of Sales like getting a platinum? Hell yeah. That's true. Least favorite game of all time. Honestly, I would say least favorite. This might crack that top 5. Like, Digimon World Dawn and Dusk might crack my top 5 of least favorite games of all time. That's what I say when I'm like, I say that to like make it clear. I really don't like it. Like, it just doesn't like. I don't know, just a lot. I don't think I've played bad games long enough to put them in the top list. I've definitely played some bad games for trophies. You can do a top 5 list. That's the thing is, like, usually if a game is bad, it's just like what Sarv said. I don't stick with it that long. Expect to see that this game is your least favorite. I don't think this is my least favorite game of all time because I've played thousands of games. That's a lofty title. Can you stop missing? I mean, this is so annoying. In a game where you're already underpowered constantly. Like, your moves just do not have any bite. Why the fuck is there a chance to miss? This is like Gen 1 of Pokemon. Where, like, you could just, like, even if a move had 100 accuracy, you could just miss sometimes. Hate shooting games because I suck at shooting games. I'm not bad at shooting games, just because I played a lot when I was a kid. I don't think it's my favorite genre, but I'm not, like, I don't think they're, like, terrible. I've played some cringy games. I just don't really remember them either. Man, at least I really have to think about that. That's an interesting question. I don't know. 1 in 255 chance to miss any given attack in Gen 1, baby. Nice. Awesome. What about you guys? Do you guys have a least favorite game? Can you name like a single game that's your least favorite? I don't like FPS games either, with a few exceptions like Doom. If you guys like Doom, by the way, and I will always say this, anyone who likes Doom should absolutely pick up Wolfenstein and then Wolfenstein 2. Made by the same devs, I think. But also, I just think they're really solid shooters. Like, very rarely do I get invested in a story in a shooting game, but I was definitely invested in that one. Got some tidbits for everyone? Hell yeah, Sean. Digimon World 4, fuck that game. Yeah, Digimon World 4 is pretty rough. It is certainly not a good game. I think it's badly designed. I think aesthetically it's kind of boring. And I think it also just like takes everything good about Digimon and just disregards it. But worst game, I don't know. Because like, what defines a terrible game? Is it like unplayable? Like, is it constantly glitching and like broken? Is like the dialogue really bad? Is like the game mechanics really frustrating? Worst game is tough. Eventually you're gonna finish this game out of spite. I promise you that's not true. I promise you it's not true. I don't have a spare 80 hours to dedicate to this game. Oh, you like the game? Digimon World 4? No. No, I don't. I haven't played many bad games in my childhood, which mainly consist of licensed trash. I can see licensed games being pretty bad. Man, I don't know. That's tough. I don't know if I could come up. I don't know if you gave me a week if I could come up with an answer to that. I feel like there are definitely games that I like would think of as like being really bad, but like I either like have repressed the memory or I've either repressed memories of the bad games or I've just straight up like not played enough to get like to like commit them to memory. Skyrim Fallout New Vegas PS3 is some of the worst gaming experiences because bug glitches recently my progress stopped long loading time. I can see that. I don't say you have to do like a deep dive, but I know some are repressed ones. Yeah, I could definitely see myself purposely like repressing games that were really bad. I bet I've played some really bad games and recorded them. I don't know. I feel like more often than just like a straight up terrible game, I'll just play a mediocre game. Like a game that's just like not fun. I remember seeing a picture, you have Digimon World 4 game disc broken at half if you finish it one time. I mean, there were good parts of Digimon World 4 as well. Sean, I think you're the only mod here. Can you find the best of Digimon World 4 video? You should be able to just search it in my YouTube section. Because that's a really good one. I mean, that highlights all the best parts of Digimon World 4 playthrough, so that's like the one video I like to have people watch instead of watching the playthrough. But, you know, it depends. I don't really have a least favorite either, just I don't like this game category. Yeah, like I feel like that's more of a like broad way to fit it. There have definitely been some games that I didn't enjoy that much, but I pushed through for the sake of it. Oh, you know what? Actually, here's a good one. The Hannah Montana game wasn't very good. I did rent that back when I worked at GameStop. You could rent games if they were used and like play them for a couple days, free of charge. Or you could just straight up buy it and then return it within 7 days, which I think you could still do at GameStop, by the way. You can just buy used games and then return them within 7 days and get your money back. But I think I played the Hannah Montana game for PS3 because it was I knew it was an easy platinum. I remember specifically that it was just okay. Like, it looked like shit, and it kind of played like shit, but it wasn't like as bad as people had said it was until I got to there was a mini game you had to do where I think you had to knock bottles open or over. It was like a fair or like carnival section of the game, and I remember that being like really, really like annoying and a really annoying mini game. And I remember just being like, wow, this really sucks. I hate this. This is not fun. I did platinum it though. I platinumed it in 8 hours, and then I went and returned it the same day I bought it, which I thought was pretty funny. I remember posting it to r/trophies, and they did not appreciate it. Oh, there you go. Sean just linked the video. Anyone wants to see the best parts of Digimon World 4, you should watch that video. Was it for PS4? I think Hannah Montana is way past prime. It was on PS3. I did own a PS4 at the time, but I played it for PS3. Also just realized, I feel like I should have realized this earlier. My chat is slightly too long. Yep, I don't think I did that right. Oh, I definitely didn't do that right. Whoops. Wrong window. Yeah, that should be fine. I meant to do this. And this isn't really working either. A little bit, just like that much. Oh, it's still too much. Damn it. It's really annoying to do this. A little bit more. Here we go. Good enough. Okay. I legit would ask, worst game's got to be Digimon Dawn? Yeah, it's not great. I think on my YouTube channel, of all the games I've played for my YouTube channel, I think I like this even less than Digimon World 4. Because Digimon World 4, you can at least like break open if you like put in the time to grind. You can't really do that in this because the time to grind defeats the purpose of grinding. Because it's just miserable. Is that an Arcanine following you? That is, I forget its name. Tyrannomon's ultimate. Also, hey Damien, what's up? What game are you the most disappointed after playing it? This game. That's not a joke. I played Digimon World Dawn as a kid, and I remember like thinking a couple years ago when I wanted to play it on the channel for the first time, that I was like, maybe I was too hard on the game. And then I played it, and I was like, I wasn't hard enough on the game. I watched the Digimon World 4 playthrough in forever, but what led you to break the disc? You can guess. You can guess what led me to break the disc. It was a long, long, long journey filled with strife and bad game design. I don't know what to do with this Vademon, because I need Aquan experience, but I don't know where to get it. How much Aquan or Aquan do you have? 0. The only type I haven't found is the type... Okay, I might have to swap Vademon out. Sonic 06. I've watched a playthrough of Sonic 06, and I do think that's a bad game. Let's try and break this down further, because I know bad game is pretty broad. What's the worst designed game you've ever played? Like, the mechanics didn't make sense. It wasn't satisfying to play. You were confused why they like even would do it. That beta cut one, yeah. Till we get more water experience. What's a game that you played and you were like, that was baffling? Why would they do that? Because I think there's a couple, like Sonic 06 is a great example for a game like that, because it just has very bizarre choices. It's also just made badly. I think Digimon World 4 is kind of up there for me. Like, there's a lot of game, like, they basically just made Dark Souls. Escape Dead Island's pretty ass. Me and my brother got fed up with it, just stopped altogether. That does remind me, there was like a Dead Space like mini game. I want to say it's Dead Space Ignition, because Dead Space had a couple spin-off games. One of them was like a PlayStation like Move on Rails game that was also on the Wii. Dead Space Extraction. That actually wasn't terrible. Dead Space Extraction was okay. I don't think it's a bad game. It was just fine. But I think that Dead Space Ignition, which is like a puzzle game, but like a bad puzzle game, was pretty not great. I remember this game. It's a mixed bag of love and sadness. Some of the Digimon you get through DNA fusion is just unclear, undoable. Yeah, there's a lot with this game that's kind of wrong. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. Why is it bad, Sean? Break it down for me. What makes it worse than the other ones? Also, I think I'll just go back real quick. It's a rock, paper, scissors simulator? Ew. What a waste. The Space Extraction was like those Resident Evil on rail shooter spin-offs. Pretty good time, all things considered. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think I went for the platinum, but I was surprised how much I liked it. Honestly, the best part of playing Dead Space Extraction is that you get really, really good with the kinesis. After playing Extraction, my next playthrough, Dead Space 2, I was like ungodly with the kinesis module. I got so good at it. Sonic and the Secret Rings maybe abandoned it pretty quickly because of its charges control scheme. Interesting. Interesting. Not the worst, but Gran Turismo 6 is very disappointing today. I remember someone, similarly, because this is another driving game I remember getting a lot of flack. I remember people didn't like Driver 3. I remember the Driver series is really popular, but then Driver 3 somehow killed it. I never really figured out why. Like, I didn't know what was wrong with it. Could get a Tentomon. Is there a game that looked good in trailers and video game demo that you got and it was really bad? For me, it has to be Aliens Colonial Marines. Being a big fan of the Aliens, was really disappointed. Oh, well, there's some special stuff with that game. That game was basically Gearbox, like, embezzling. Like, is that the one I'm thinking of? Where Gearbox was supposed to make it, and they basically siphoned funds that they got for that game and put it towards Borderlands 2 instead. Like, it's a pretty clear-cut case of embezzlement. I remember that. Excuse me, it's Drive 3er. That's true, sorry. Yeah, that's a crazy case. That it's just wild that happened. I know another one people could say is I heard Duke Nukem Forever was pretty like mediocre. Yeah, I think I worked at GameStop when that game was coming out, and I remember hearing about it at GameStop. But that's such a wild thing to happen. I think I think the worst part about that whole experience is that Borderlands 2 is actually better than Borderlands 1, which means like they did put the money to good use. So take that as you will. Forever's a trash game beyond belief. Interesting. But like, I mean, Duke Nukem as a franchise is super fucking weird. Like, talk about a game that is not aged well. Dick Kickem Forever was only looked at badly because it was hyped forever, in my opinion. That's what I think. I think it was like I heard it was like a 7 out of 10. But because it had been hyped for like 15 years, people had impossible expectations for it. Did Platinum GT 6, one of the last trophies required me to ride for 3 full days just to trigger a trophy. That's funny. How about Serious Sam? I've heard good things about the Serious Sam franchise. I've never played it. I think I watched like 1 or 2 videos on it back in like the old Achievement Hunter days. I've definitely played bad games, but I just can't think of any. Here's an interesting one. What's a game that had like really, really bad dialogue? And I don't mean dialogue like, we have to go save the other city. Okay, we'll do it because we're part of Lightfang. Yes, we have to save the Nightclaw Ravens because we're part of Lightfang. Like, I don't mean dialogue like that. I mean dialogue like, I'm talking like cringy dialogue. Like, think like Forspoken, where it's like, well, that just happened, but like the malicious version of it, where they're just like trying to be edgy and just failing horrifically. Borderlands 3 is a great example of that. I thought Borderlands 3's dialogue was super fucking cringy. I think the only thing I know about Serious Sam is that you pirate it badly enough that it recognizes that an unkillable scorpion monster hunts you forever. I do remember hearing that. I love stories of like pirating games that just doesn't work. It's always very fascinating to me. Fun fact, wrestler CM Punk is in the credits for Duke Nukem Forever. The developers made a website where people who worked on the game can add their names to the credits, and a fan added CM Punk. Since I guess development was so long, they lost track of everyone who worked on it. Interesting. Worst game was I finally got an answer, Watchdog Legion. I heard Legion was just okay. It just wasn't great, though. It's a fun time with my brother, but God, the dialogue. I didn't even enjoy, like, Carlos, Spencer, and I, and Mark and I tried playing Borderlands 3 for a little bit. I just couldn't get into it. The time where I would have enjoyed a Borderlands game had so far passed at that point, where I was like, I don't want to play this. Forspoken was worse dialogue. Well, Forspoken's dialogue is like, it's not edgy. It's just like, it's basically just trying to appeal to like young people. It's like, hey, fellow kids. That's a different kind of thing. I mean like cringy, like trying to be cool and failing really badly. Because that's more special to me. Because like Duke Nukem Forever would fall into that, where it'd just be like, "Hey, sexy mama." It's like this movie, or this game came out like 2014. What are you doing? The original Borderlands is such a great time. I hated the original Borderlands. I've hated every Borderlands games I've played except 2. I think every other one I played was awful. I do not think it's that good of a series. I think it's way overblown. I think they also kind of fathered the looter shooter genre, for better or worse. Like, I don't think you get Destiny without Borderlands. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I didn't think of 2. It's been years since I played it. Destiny bad? Well, no, that's the thing. Is like, that's why I said for better or worse. I don't know that Destiny is bad. I don't enjoy it. I know people do. That's fine. But like, there are so many copycats of the Destiny formula because of how popular Destiny is, because of how popular Borderlands were, that I think it's kind of fucked up gaming a little bit. Like, even if Destiny is amazing, the copycats that are plaguing the gaming space are so much not worth it. It's just like, it's like a monkey's paw wish. Oh, I got one of the story mode campaigns in NBA 2K games. I've never played them, but I can believe that. Too many games definitely include colored loot for no reason now. Yeah. Listen, this is going to get a little too personal, so I'd like to move away this specific conversation about bad games that have like a weird looting system. Not because my name is in the credits of some of them, but because I don't want to talk about it. Let's leave it at that before I get in trouble. I want someone to redo the Alien Colonials Marine and make the game like Gearbox promises. That'd be pretty cool. I remember getting Shining Force Neo and wondering why I didn't play like a Shining Force game. Oh, that's pretty funny. So, Dorothy said Star Ocean, I think, somewhere here. Star Ocean, The End of Time. I have not played that game. I haven't played a single Star Ocean game. I've heard they're okay. NBA 2K is legit one of the worst games for microtransactions, puts everyone to shame. Yeah, sports games in general. Sports games have this this weird, like, they like fly under the radar because they're just like, that's just how they are. But sports games have like really, really, really aggressive microtransactions, like clearly predatory, especially since they're not M-rated games, which they absolutely should be for the amount of microtransactions they have alone. But it's crazy. I love watching all governments fail to regulate microtransactions. Like, it's just Belgium, and then like the UK is sort of getting their shit together. But it's crazy how long this has run rampant. Because it is so predatory. It's just gambling in games. Like, was there something that came out somewhere recently? The Colonial Marines AI is actually decent, but one line of code that's bad. That's right. There was something with the alien. I remember hearing that there was something with the alien, AI in Colonial Marines, where it was like one line of code was like had a typo. Someone went into it and fixed it, and then it was like playable because the alien like actually worked the way it was supposed to. But because Gearbox abandoned the game, they never got a chance to put it in. Never play sports games. I had no idea how bad they got. Oh yeah, it's brutal. I mean, I think you can avoid it if you just play the single player, but then like that's not really why people buy the sports games. They buy it for the multiplayer. I mean, shooters are pretty bad too. I know Call of Duty is a really bad one, where it's just like every skin and stuff like that. I have a friend who was into like battle royales and stuff, and he'd like bounce between different ones at a time. And I played Warzone with him for a little bit because it was it was free. So I was like, why not? And he was telling me how there's certain skins in Warzone that they're cosmetic, but they cost a lot. But the whole thing is that they give you like really good camouflage. Like there's some like really, really dark skins that blend in the background really well. So it is like an actual advantage. Like even if your guns are like even if you don't get like a better gun or anything, you straight up just like can't be seen. So like that is a huge advantage. Counter-Strike also has a very big game. I know there were some streamers who got in trouble with Counter-Strike gambling. They basically like they were like sponsored by or like owned a website and then like made a stream like selling skins or something like that and like making money, but didn't disclose that they owned the fucking website or something like that. I forget what that was. Yeah, that was a while ago. I love stuff like this in gaming though. Speaking of my transaction, I got an ad for that FF7 mobile game, and I've heard they're freaking yeah. Square Enix is pretty aggressive with their mobile game stuff. Not really gamble, but League of Legends a few champ skins that make them objectively better than normal that are banned and competitive. That's crazy. kind of hate that. Like, I'm not so pessimistic to say that, like, you know, gaming is forever ruined and, you know, it's all about profit and stuff like now, because that's not true. I mean, just in 2023 alone, there are plenty of games that have no microtransactions, no DLC, that just launched and were fantastic. So, like, I know that gaming is alive and well, and there's definitely, like, a point where, well, I guess the better way to put it is, like, all of those games that are, like, really aggressive and, like, really predatory, they're kind of already exist in the space. Like, Call of Duty already exists. It's not going anywhere. Fortnite exists. Destiny exists. And they're all, like, at the top of their genre. It's when the games try and copy that genre and fail miserably because they're, like, not... Like, because players are not trying to find another game to, like, you know, have to spend a bunch of money to get, like, competitive and stuff. And that's why, like, so many of those, like, free-to-play multiplayer games just, like, completely do not take off because they're just flooded with them. They're like it's already flooded with them anyway. Let me know if Capcom's going to remake the Dino Crisis games. I think they've said they're not going to remake Dino Crisis. Did I get tracked? Did you make your Digifarm Who? I did, yes. Horse Armor was the best thing that ever happened in gaming. Oh man, I can't believe they unironically launched more Horse Armor and what was they did another game too, didn't they? And they don't even see the irony. Kind of like Baldur's Gate. It was a complete game. Yeah, Baldur's Gate, Tears of the Kingdom, even Resident Evil 4 remake was really popular. Like Final Fantasy 16 has DLC coming up, but it is a complete game as is. So like, there's so many. There's still plenty of games that are coming out that are just good single-player experiences, or even good multiplayer experiences. But they're, boy, it kind of feels like you have to duck and dodge around some of these games sometimes. You'll say BG3 was a complete game, but it does have paid content you could buy before at launch. I think the most acceptable for me, for like, if you want to like make like a little extra, I think I'm fine with like collector's editions and like deluxe editions of games. If you like get like, you know, a couple extra skins, if you like pre-order it or do this or that, I think those are fine because it's just cosmetic and it's just like for a single player game, so it's whatever. I think those are fine, and I think if you pre-order, you get to play the game early. I think that's a good strategy too. I think it gets a little murky when it's like a multiplayer game because you're getting like an edge over people who didn't pre-order, but also fuck them, they can just pre-order. Like it's just, you're buying the game day one. That's not that crazy. Those like the most like friendly practices, but also those are not the ones that make like tons of money. So they're not like the most. I know that the Yakuza games all have like early preload or early play if you preload now. I know Baldur's Gate had it too. I think that's fine. It's like a bonus for like being like, I'm gonna buy this game regardless of how it looks at launch. Pretty wild. Tears of the Kingdom isn't even getting an expansion. Have they confirmed like 0 DLC? Because even Breath of the Wild had like 2 DLC packs. I would be shocked if they did not make another. If that studio did not make another game. There's no way Nintendo sees the money that Tears of the Kingdom printed and they're like, okay, I guess you guys are done. Do whatever you want. Anuma sent it recently. Said what? Oh wow, about the Tears of the Kingdom thing. That's crazy. Well, I mean, they can change their minds, because I know Final Fantasy 16 said, yep, we're not doing any DLC, and now they're like, okay, we've got 2 DLC planned. So, that stuff can always change. Also, hey, Red, what's going on? Red, what is the worst game you've ever played? We're currently debating that today. Nobody seems to have a good answer, because nobody really remembers, like, really bad games they play. It's surprising Tears of the Kingdom seemed built with expansion mods, so you actually fill out Heart Stamina. I agree. I feel like they absolutely could do more with that game, but I understand why they wouldn't. I would not be shocked to find a third like game in that and turn into a trilogy, because it just prints money. But we'll see, because I didn't think they would make a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but you know, then we got Tears of the Kingdom, which beats it in every way. So who knows? All I know is that I don't care what that team makes next. I want that team to work on more games. I don't care what it is. I don't care what IP. I don't care how it looks. The game design decisions in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are fantastic. I'm sure there's something that I've been blocked out from childhood. That's what we all said. Is that we're all positive that we're repressing stuff. Pretty sure they stated that going forward, Zelda is just Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom style now, which sucks. I do feel bad for the people who like the older Zelda, but also I really, really did not care for the older Zelda, and I love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm kind of eating good about it. Says something about how they achieved everything they wanted with this iteration. Zelda want to move on and confirm there's no planned expansion that works. Okay. I mean, no planned, right? So they didn't, like, straight up say no. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance? Alright. I think I'm done. That's one mission down. Only took 40 minutes. No one said Mighty Number 9 confirmed good game. I didn't really... I'm not a Mega Man fan, so I don't really care about Mighty Number 9. I think I played like the first level, and I was like, it's fine. But I do kind of understand that if you wanted a Mega Man game, Mighty Number 9 is not it. Are you gonna play Sea of Stars? I'm playing it a bit. It's really good. Sean recommended it to me. I haven't tried it yet. I have it downloaded. I don't know. I don't think I'll play it for the channel, because I don't really see it getting tons of views, or even really that much engagement at all, but maybe. I can't, like, I don't know if there's, like, an effective way for me to, like, take a survey and be like, you guys want to see this game? Because I don't know that I'd get that from a vote. But it's on my radar. I just haven't really looked at it too much. Mighty Number 9 Ukulele are in the same boat to me. They may be made by the original creators, but they feel soulless and wrong. I've heard that the second Ukulele, the Impossible Lair, I've heard that was really good. Like, I heard that they kind of figured out what was not working with the original. I think if they took another crack at it, if they made a Ukulele 2, I think they could honestly, like, they have enough feedback where they could probably do well. I honestly thought you were going to Let's Play Your Turn to Die. I mean, it's on the vote. I said I would do it if people voted for it, but people didn't vote for it. They voted for this instead. Ukulele Impossible Lair is a great Donkey Kong Country game. Oh, it's that style. Okay. I'd watch Sea of Stars. Yeah, that's one. That's two, I guess, because Zeph asked to. I know Sean suggested it, so that's three. I'm also in a weird position with suggestions right now where I'm like, I've like kind of been on a groove lately. Like the games I'm playing and recording, I'm actually enjoying most of them. So like, I feel pretty happy where I am with like current slate of games. So I'm not like, I'm like a little hesitant to change things up because I think I've got a good rhythm going. Pretty cool gimmick where you can do the final level to start, but as you progress through the game, the final level becomes easier. Without spoiling, isn't there something like that in Danganronpa 3? There's like a weird 2D platforming section where if you like, you can like escape in Danganronpa 3. I think I played that far. It's like, it's at like the end of chapter 1 or the beginning of chapter 2. I don't know if it's impossible or if it's just like really hard. Sea of Stars, what game is that? It's a new RPG that came out last week, 2 weeks ago. I would take a Google because Google will probably know more about it than I do. Played a bit of Sea of Stars like Starfield before Starfield kidnapped me. It's a pretty fun old school RPG with like Paper Mario-esque combat mechanics. That's pretty cool. Speaking of Starfield, how many of you guys have tried out Starfield? I'm not that interested in it. Like I've platinum Skyrim 4 times now. Twice on PS5, PS4, PS3, and PSVR. And I kind of feel like I don't need Bethesda games anymore. I just like, you know, they're fine. That's what I mean. It's a very fun Bethesda game, and I'm like, I think I might be done with Bethesda games. I don't really like I enjoy them when I play them, and I'll play them for a lot. But like I don't know that I've ever like I'm like I need to play a new Bethesda game, if that makes sense. It feels like they learned very little. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm good at Bethesda RPGs for now, maybe in 10 years. Yeah. That's what I mean, where it's like, I get it. I'm not going to fault anyone for playing it, but also, like, I don't know. They feel pretty formulaic at this point. All I know about Starfield is that YouTuber flipped out about woke being in... Oh, dude, that fucking weirdo. That weirdo has screamed at his microphone for 5 minutes because you had to pick pronouns. Something that games have never done. I can't think of a single game that's made you pick your gender at the beginning of it. That's crazy. It's just so stupid. It's so clearly like he so clearly had planned to do that the second he opened it up. Like he was just so like he was so excited that he could just like flip out about this. He knew it would go viral. Like you could tell. No, it was just so blatant. What does woke even mean anymore? It's funny you say that. When conservatives cannot agree on a definition of woke, because woke effectively means opinions I don't agree with that rely on you liking people. So there is no definition of woke. That's the whole thing. It's just a catch-all. You don't even have to pick pronouns. It defaults to body type. You don't have to interact with it. But yeah, he dumb. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, and I get it. We're talking about it. So like, you know, mission accomplished. But it was so clearly like pandering just to the worst people. But no, specific, like genuinely, I've seen a couple of articles and stuff like that of like conservative news outlets who like straight up cannot define woke because there is no definition, because it's just a catch-all. You will play Elder Scrolls 6? Probably not. I've thought about it, but I'm like, I played Skyrim, like, it's fine, but it's like, man, this game would be a lot better if it, I don't know, it's just, I feel like Bethesda games feel like they're very long and they have very big maps, but they're very shallow. Like, it feels like you're swimming in like a 4-foot deep pool, but it feels like you're swimming in a pond, but the entire pond is 4 feet deep. Like, yeah, it's big and there's lots of areas you can go to, but like, you know, playing over on this side of the pond is going to be pretty similar to playing on that side of the pond. Didn't they force Florida government to define it legally and it basically came to nothing? Yeah, I think that's what it was. They were trying to legally define it. Favorite part was him calling pronouns boring because more options is more boring than the defaults even stuck with. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. You just have to be loud and angry. That's all. Woke means not sleeping. Yeah. But yeah, that's why you don't give him attention. It was very clearly a vie for attention, and he got it. So we'll see. I think that's just such a boring take, though. like to freak out because they made you pick your pronouns and your gender. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Ugh. You're insufferable. Ugh. Did I do 100% Pokedex? Which game? I 100% of the Pokedex in Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Oh, speaking of, I will say Starfield's lockpicking and persuasion mechanics are better than they've ever been. I love the lockpicking. I've heard the lockpicking is really good in Starfield. But speaking of, I'm going to play the DLC for Violet on Wednesday. I'm going to stream it, so you guys should all watch that. But more importantly, I've decided, I think I'm just going to take my starter. I'm just going to take, fuck, what is that crocodile's name? Oh my god, what is the ghost crocodile's name? I always forget its name. God, I can't remember your name. Sorry. Fuecoco, basically, though. I think I'm just going to take him. Skeledirge, that's what it is. Thank you. No, Dundee, you're right. That's what it was. I'm going to take just him and just leave my party empty, and I'm just going to catch whatever Pokemon are in the DLC area, and we'll make a team from that. Because I think that'll be more fun. Because it'll be pretty easy to steamroll the DLC with like 6 perfectly IV trained like level 100 Pokemon, but I don't really want to do that. I want to enjoy it because I feel like that's kind of why I didn't really like the DLC for Sword and Shield as much, because I was just so over leveled at that point, and they only scaled up to like over like 65. Spanish Totodile, correct? Yes. Caliente Totodile. But yeah, I'm just gonna take Skeledirge, and then we'll catch 5 new Pokemon. We'll make a new team. I think that'll be more fun. Fuecoco, aka Head Empty. I mean, the best kind of Pokemon. Speaking of the DLC, how many of you guys are gonna play it? How many of you guys played Scarlet and Violet, and how many of you are like, I'm good. I don't need to play the DLC. Because I'm not like super excited for it, but it was I don't know, because I was pretty impressed with the DLC and for Sword and Shield. I thought the Isle of Armor was great because it was just one giant wild area, which I thought was really cool. So I really like that. And the DLC, the Crown Tundra DLC was fantastic because they gave us Dynamax raid dens, which were so much fun. The raid dens, or like the raid den adventures, the Dynamax adventures, whatever they were called, in Crown Tundra were so much fun. It was so good. It'd also be good to just play Violet again, just in like hope they made like even the slightest like updates, because boy, that game still runs like shit. But boy, were the mechanics really, really polished and fun. So we'll see. Even if you guys aren't going to play it, you should watch me and then decide if you want to play it, because I need help on a Wednesday stream. Sounds like nobody is excited for this DLC. Okay, but Johnny and Dorothy are. So you guys should definitely just watch me instead. Do you want to increase your Tamer rank? It doesn't increase the surface means I think you might be stronger for bronze. Yeah, you have to, what do you have to do? You have to go, like, do a tournament real quick. Watch Nick enjoy Mask Crystal, sure. Sure, I won't play it, but I'll watch streams of it. Yeah, nice. Like I said, I could be surprised. Forgot it was happening. I'll definitely watch you help me decide. That is the optimal way to do it. Emmy, you're so smart. Alright, boy, I'm getting real tired of fighting these battles over and over. Okay. What am I looking for here again? I'm looking for an item on the ground. Did you see people wanting Alana Pierce fired because she works for Sony but was streaming Starfield? Oh, is that what the reason was? I saw that. I like Alana Pierce, but she does make a lot of clickbait videos, and but it's the kind of clickbait where the title is clickbait, and then the second the video starts, she answers it, and it's you know, so you know what it is. But it just like, I don't know, I just don't react well to clickbait. But I do like her, and I do respect her as a game journalist. But like, she gets called, people call for her to get fired like all the time. Not because she deserves it, but because she's a woman in gaming, which that's not allowed. What time am I planning on streaming the DLC? I have work that day, so probably 6 p.m. Eastern. You're looking for a Flymon and he might jack you up? We'll see. I'm gonna fell stinger his ass. But I think it's really, I think I did see a tweet about this. Because, what do you mean EU Eastern? I'm God's time zone. Eastern is the time zone. How dare you? But I think I saw that before she worked for, I forget what it was. It was something like when they wanted her to get fired from Funhouse. Because she was talking about a game, or because I think she was talking about a Sony game. And they were like, she's a shill for Xbox, so she shouldn't be able to do that. She should be fired. And then, like, 2 weeks later, she was like, yeah, I work for Sony now. Like, it was very funny. I thought you were going to say midnight. No, so technically DLC releases Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, because it releases in Japan at midnight on Wednesday. So I could technically stream it at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, but I'm 30 years old. I don't want to do that. I don't care enough. I'm not excited enough for the DLC to stream it like the second it goes live. I'd rather wait a day. I remember the name of this game, but think of it, someone mentioned Mighty Number 9. Mighty Gunvolt Burst is the game that read Mighty Number 9. Oh, that's pretty cool. I am 30 or 40 years old. I don't have to put up with this shit. Is basically my mentality to that. Women in gaming. Next thing we'll find out she has pronouns too. I know, right? Can you imagine? But yeah, honestly, she's super fucking tough. The amount of shit that Alana Pierce gets for being a prominent female games journalist is crazy. Like, disgusting. Like, it makes me question humanity kind of crazy. More power to her. She's also, she's a personal hero of mine because she did one of the fucking coldest things I've ever heard of, which is when she was still working at IGN, she used to get dick pics because it's the internet and that shit happens. And she looked the people who sent the pics up and then told their mothers that they were sending dick pics, which is so fucking ice cold. Like, that's such a baller move. And like then like posted the screenshots with the parents and stuff like that. That is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever heard of in the gaming space. What an absolute Chad move. I've got nothing against her, but doesn't game journalism suck? I mean, that's why you kind of have to know who you're dealing with. Like, don't follow publications. Don't follow like Polygon or like Kotaku or IGN. If you don't trust them, then don't follow them. But you can follow individuals. If you're like, hey, I know this person tends to like games that I like, then follow them and figure out what they think of like a game that's coming out. That's the way to do it. That is the ultimate power play for sure. Like, I feel like most people, I feel like most people somewhat agree with my taste in games or you guys wouldn't be here. So like if I'm playing a new game, you can see it, see if I enjoy it, and then you can kind of figure out if you like it for yourself. But like, it doesn't have to be me, it can be anyone. That's the way to do it though. Like, I follow a couple people on like Twitter and stuff who like I tend to agree with their opinions, or if I don't, like I know what they like that I don't like, and I can kind of form my own opinion from there. The bottom line is you don't just like, don't Google review for X game and then like, if you want to like the game but they don't harass them because they don't like the game. And also, if they do like the game and you don't harass them because they like the game. Like, just don't be a jabroni. It's a pretty easy thing to do, but it's pretty easy to find people who are into the same stuff as you. I mean, I don't blame a single video game publication for like posting that clickbait stuff. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta get engagement. If your website runs on like, if your views for clickbait are the same as views for people reading the articles, doesn't matter. Do what you gotta do. I do not blame anyone for that. Like, it is tough out here. You were Rotten Tomatoes was paying critics 50 to lie. I did not hear about this. Were they? I don't know if I believe that. SEO is brutal for some creative, but thinking it generates creative thinking, but it generates needed revenue. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you, I'm Flymon, and this is my territory. Hey, I'm Flymon, and welcome to Jackass. Don't trespass. Good talk. This Flymon is really detailed. Even looks like he's seizing. Fair, but it still makes you cringe every time. Just don't look at it then. I take a lot of like online stuff. Like, I think I'm pretty mature about it. Where I'm like, this is clearly not targeted at me. Like, it's why you'll always see things like, you'll see articles where it's like, this item in Tears of the Kingdom is making gamers is helping gamers to break open the game, and it's just like the strongest sword in the game. It's like, okay, well, yeah, like of course it is. Flyman look like a new Beedrill form, kinda. But like, I don't know. I think it's a personal maturity thing where you see clickbait and you just go, I'm not going to engage with that. I don't need to look at that. By the way, since watching this channel, I died because he's gone up 100%. I'm so sorry. I have a couple different like victory celebrations. I'll go through them. So here we go. All right, ready? So we have a couple. If you have like a quick and unexpected success, that's a dab. So like if I got to Flymon and I beat him in like one hit after I was just told that he's supposed to be like tough, then I'd go, gotta get a quick dab off. If you have like a long fight and it's like in a long battle, let's say like 15, 20 minutes, but you end up winning, or you tried it a couple times, then it's just like it's like a hell yeah. Gotta put up the fucking horns. Or it's like a quick, like you thought you were gonna succeed, it's other people have said it's tough, but you believed in yourself and then you beat it. That's a horn. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Those are celebrations with Nick. One of which is a dab, and I apologize for that. But that's how you gotta do it. Sometimes you just need a dab. I never dab by myself, by the way. I only dab on screen. NPC stream when? You guys don't pay me enough to do NPC streams. You don't get that. You're telling me, like, for 3 hours I can get, like, fucking hundreds of dollars a minute because people just want me to do, like, a 5-second action? You're goddamn right I would do it. Every time people were like, oh, but these streamers are just doing this, I'm like, they got the bag, dude. I don't care. Like, don't blame the streamers. Blame the viewers. Like, just for everything. I don't know why people get so upset at streamers for, like, finding a niche thing that works. Dude, fucking power to you. If you can do NPC streams for, like, hours at a time, you are a goddamn, like, triathlon runner, because that shit is crazy. It's creepy and weird, and I don't want to watch it, but it's not for me, so I don't give a shit. Like... You guys gotta have better. You gotta have like more open minds about this stuff. You gotta respect the game. Like you guys have all pretty much followed me for a while. If I did NPC streams and was raking in like thousands of dollars a stream, there wouldn't be a part of you that was like, hell yeah, Nick, get that bag. You guys wouldn't be like, hell yeah, happy to see you succeed. Like, come on, guys. You don't think I would do something like that if I found like something that worked? I would absolutely do it. In a heartbeat. I don't do NPC streams because there's not enough of you and you don't pay me enough. So I don't need to. Is it weird? Of course it's weird. I'm never watching that shit. It looks fucking weird and almost a little gross. But is it working? Dude, fucking go for it. I bear no ill will towards anyone who gets the bag. Now, it starts when it's like predatory, that I'm like, okay, well that's pretty fucked up. Like stuff like we were talking about the Counter-Strike skin stuff. When you're a streamer, you own a website for gambling and you're pushing people to your gambling website without letting them know. Okay, don't get that bag. That's not the bag to get. That's wrong. They can go ahead and get the bag, but I want no part of it, and nobody's asking you to be part of it. That's the big thing. As soon as you kind of come to terms with like, oh, this isn't targeted at me, your life will be a lot better. Because like, I don't get mad at things I see. I get mad at like violating human rights. I get mad at like, you know, people like poor people being taken advantage of, or minorities being ostracized, or you know, people like coming after like marginalized groups. I don't get mad at people doing NPC streams. I don't give a shit. Like. Come on. Priorities. I just want everybody to have a good time and to not be angry on the internet. Ethical minimum, sure, but outside of that, I'm cool with it. I've cut people from accepting predatory sport gambling, but if they find other ways to make bank, food, sure, yeah. I can't read that because of the heart, but I believe you. That's like, before the NPC streams, there was like hot tub streaming, where it would be like, people would just stream from a hot tub. Like, dude, fucking go for it. That's funny as shit. I don't care. Like, why would I care? Or when people would like kind of rag on like Twitch streamers, because like, oh, they're just popular because like they're showing cleavage and stuff, and I'm like, good for them. They're fucking working it, dude. I don't care. Again. If you're upset that it's at the top of your Twitch page, don't be upset at the streamers. Be upset at the fucking viewers. Like, be mad that you're like, guys, why are you watching this? I think Bruce Green did a hot tub stream once. Hell yeah, hell yeah, dude. Bruce Green is really. Bruce Green's weird. That dude is really funny, and he's very good at marketing. I loved him when he was on Funhouse. I'm super happy that he's finding success now. The couple times I've tried to watch his stream, I just can't get into it. I just like. He's almost too much of a professional streamer, and his like chat is bumping off too much for me to like get into it. It would be the equivalent of like, imagine if I had like 1,000 like viewers right now. And I would stop every time someone resubbed or like donated or something like that. I would stop the stream to read it out. And like that's what Bruce does, and I'm more power to him. You want to recognize the viewers, I get it. There definitely is a point where you're popular enough where, or like the game is engaging enough where it's like you maybe like put a hold on that and read him in like 10 minutes. Like that's why it was tough for me to watch him. I watched him because he played Biomutant, and I was curious about that game, and nobody else I followed had played it. But dude's funny. He did really. I think the streams are taken down now, but he did a reading, or I think not even a reading. He had Raul Coley from iZombie fame and Haunting of Bly Manor and a couple other really good things. He had him and Jacob Fullerton from Funhouse reciting from memory the entire script of The Phantom Menace, and then they did Attack of the Clones, and then they did Revenge of the Sith. And it was so fucking funny that these two knew this entire goddamn movie from their brain. That was really good content. I really enjoyed watching that. Because Bruce was basically just hosting. Weren't they all drunk too? I think they were tipsy. I think they took it down because I think Raul is doing something with Disney. I don't know what it is, but he's like taking down some of his like more risky content. Lawrence Sonntag is probably the only former Funhouse content creator that I turn into here and there. But I really like Lawrence. I'm very happy he found success. Lawrence, I think, worked best in an ensemble. He worked really well when he had other people to bounce off of him and other people that kind of ground him. From the couple times I've tried to watch Lawrence just by himself, I'm like, it's just not my thing. But again, very happy for him. I wish him nothing but success. And maybe I just tuned into the wrong thing. I do think that both Lawrence and Bruce are very talented streamers. But I just like can't really, I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me anymore. I do watch What a Show, which is two other Funhouse members, Charlotte and Patrick, and that is super fucking funny. Just a very weird podcast, but worse is how they describe it themselves. But it is very good content. It just gets, they just do such weird shit. I really appreciate it. I also watch ProZD's Let's Play channel. It's not really streaming, but he does record it. I do like ProZD. I think he's really funny too. I still watch Funhouse stuff for the Willems. I watch Funhouse just because, like, I think the current team is just equally, if not more, funny than the older teams. Like, I can name all of them off the top. So James and Elise Willems, Jacob Fullerton is really coming to his own. Patrick and Charlotte, like I said. A couple other members that are really good, like John Holland. I think John Smith is okay. I think he's all right. I think Ryan gets overplayed a lot, but I think he's funny in certain ways. I think they sometimes go to his well a little bit too much. But honestly, I love current Funhouse. They're fucking nailing it. They're still doing really funny bits. I love their the Bored as Hell, the board game series is really good. Alright, what else do we have for quests here? Yeah, like I get why they go to Ryan stuff, but he's fine. But when they've been focusing a lot on him recently, and I'm kind of like, all right, his don't wear him out. Like, let's be reasonable here. You want to increase your rank? Go to the Coliseum, talk to Leomon. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I should buy some G Farm stuff though. Sorry for this incredibly niche stuff. I basically watch two people, like, religiously. I watch Funhouse, and I watch Ray Narvaez Jr. So, that's pretty much my biggest frames of reference. Get the field, they can't get food otherwise? That seems dumb. Watch all the videos as a meme, even if this fantastic YouTube channel called Wrath of Zalis. That's what I was. Oh, fuck. I just bought an island and I have rewind taken off. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, well, fuck. Alright. There's 24,000 bits I'm not going to see again. No. Okay. I meant to modify. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, and believe it or not, can't afford it anymore. God damn it. Fuck. Shit. I'm so annoyed. The only achievement stuff I really watch anymore is Matt and Michael doing randomizer content or Michael teaching Joe Dark Souls. Basically just Michael looking stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I pop into that occasionally. I think they're really good. Yeah, I turned off the rewind button because it makes the DS games run a little better. And rewind doesn't really work on the DS anyway. Also, when I did it in Dragon Quest Monster Joker, it really flashed the screen a lot and made it like really bright. And I'm like, I don't like work. I'm not super aware of like epilepsy triggers potentially, but like even I was like, no, that's too much. Like I can't show that. I have to block that out. And I had to go and edit and post. So I'm a little afraid of doing that during a stream, because that's not something I can really change. Okay, coral is what I'm looking for. Coral. Can I sell this farm, please? I need to buy more gate discs too. I feel so stupid right now. I just wasted that money. Okay. I came here to buy something, and I think it's too late now. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, I try to make content that I think I would like to watch. Like, I do a lot of RPGs because I would like to watch long RPG Let's Plays and stuff like that. But people don't always do them. Do I have stuff to sell? Maybe. Yeah. When was my last save? It was before Flymon. It's not that long ago, but that's fine. I'll just eat the cost. Shit. I fucked this up so bad. Well, I've got farm goods at least. Oh, you can only set 2? Oh, that sucks. I guess I have to expand it. And I didn't get the terrain board, and I didn't get the background music board. Whoops. Okay. I don't know if this is actually going to give XP. Oh, here we go. It gives 4 Acorn XP. Awesome. That was super worth it. Yeah, Vademon needs to take a fucking shower, and then maybe he can digivolve. He's too slimy. Alright, we'll try and fight Leomon, and then that'll be the end of the stream. I kind of want to do a shorter one today. For people who are wondering, I have recorded 6 videos. I've edited and rendered 4 of them, or 3 of them. I have to make thumbnails for them still, but they should be uploaded today. You should see a burst of videos being uploaded today, maybe 6 or so. It's 2 Digimon, or it's 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses videos, and it's 3 Pokemon videos and 1 Digimon World 2 alternative video. But those are of course all for members, but they will be public eventually. What the fuck is this? How do I get to Leomon? I don't even remember how to get back to the Coliseum. Am I allowed to yet? None of this makes sense. Shit. For a Yu-Gi-Oh game, Outcast Duelist of the Roses really smell like woo. I don't think I understand that reference. It's on the world map select thing? Okay. Yeah, Duelist of the Roses has been a lot of fun. That game is hard. Or Redux is hard. I'm also really, really enjoying Emerald Horizons. It's fun playing a challenging Pokemon game. Because most, if not every single vanilla Pokemon game is incredibly, just face-rollingly easy. So it's nice. I'm enjoying the challenge. I'm getting to play with more Pokemon that I haven't used before. It's really neat. Learning how good some Pokemon are, like Mega Sceptile, Heracross, Aegislash are really great. Renew my membership. Should get back to watch Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Randomizer again and help you out. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do more Paper Mario soon. The videos are catching up. I'm realizing that this week is gonna be the first Glitzville video, and I think I'm only like 2 ahead, so I gotta play more of that. Who is this Caroline? Are they sweet? I can't tell. You're going to take the advancement exam to become a bronze tamer, and the entry fee will cost 500 bits. I just so happen to have that. The image for Susanoo looked like he had 4 legs for a second. I might be the only one who saw that. I was like, why did they make him a centaur? What? Eh? Do you guys like that the mouse for this looks like a dead pixel that I just keep moving around? I can't move it anywhere off screen, so it's just stuck on the screen. Hey, pay money to get your ass kicked and come back with more money. Hell yeah. This is the waiting room, right? Are you ready to go to the battle stage? Yes. Alright then, good luck. The good news is if you didn't notice it before, you're absolutely going to notice it now. And I feel nothing. I don't feel guilty at all. Hello, so are you today's challenger? I'm the test supervisor for today. I may look young, but I am your senior. Do you understand the rules? All you have to do is beat me. Then you'll be promoted to bronze. Now, let's see what you've got. I'll be making the final call on this match. Now, ready, go. Why is this the default speed? Someone make it make sense. Shadramon and Flamedramon? Oh, Magnamon. Nice. For the bronze tournament, you have to beat a fucking Magnamon? Casually just beat one of the Royal Knights, and then you too can advance. Oh boy, okay. I feel like I've been bamboozled. When did I last save? Robot Cowboy, if I lose this battle, you're never allowed to give me advice again. You're gonna have to watch me struggle forever in eternity. This is your one shot, your one opportunity. I mean, aren't you using fire against a Firemon? I mean, you know, shut up. Big stakes in this duel. In fact, if I don't win this, everyone in chat is banned. And Robot Cowboy is double banned. I'll do it. I'm crazy today. Oh my god, stop missing! You know how much MP that costs? Deal. Alright, Austin accepted. He accepted for all of you. Get on the band van? Yeah. You guys better start supporting me with some emotes here. I want to see emotes from all the members in chat. This is how Stadium feels? Yeah, the misses. You're not wrong. Oh, the Chaos one. Interesting choice. Ext War? Okay. Hey, Damien re-upping. I need all of your emails to give me power. It's the emails. They won't stop, but they're all rooting for you. Feel their power. Feel their strength. I feel it. It's crazy I can still quote that movie. I don't think I've watched it in years. Okay, that sucked. Oh my god, stop missing! Thank you again, Damien, for the 14 months. That's almost a year. Congratulations. I feel my America Online email of the early 2000s, yeah. Nick rules, Marimon rules. That's factual. That's true. Also, what's a Marimon? Okay. Blizzard? You're a Magnamon. Why do you know Blizzard? What? Why? Oh my god. Dude, accuracy in RPGs is so stupid. It's such a dumb mechanic. I have enough shit to worry about. Stop making my goddamn moves miss. I don't have time for this shit. Alright, speed up. Here we go. I'm tired of this. F accuracy. Thank you, Sarv. Sarv, also almost a year. Ah, sick. Oh, I gotta revive. I'll just use it later. Accuracy never exists in something that has resource cost, or at least don't take the resource if it misses. Like, give me a fucking break. Hey, delayed. What's there? This sucks. Why is he so fucking tanky? Ugh. Like, this isn't fun. He's not doing that much damage to me, and I'm not doing that much damage to him. It's not a good design. I'm losing my goddamn shit again because it's just so fucking boring. I just have to attack a mere 150 times in a row, and then I too can fucking win the battle. Dude, it sucks. This game. Why do people want to play this? I feel like as kids, you guys were like, whoa, Magnamon! And that was it. That was the end of the thought. As an adult, I'm like, Jesus Christ, Magnamon won't go down. Oh my god, just please die. Yeah, inflate health pools for bigger number to be big is dumb. I don't, like, what was the point here? Magnamon is pretty freaking cool, though. Is he? He wears a crotch plate. Is that cool? Nick, take a deep breath. I will not breathe. Holding my breath for the rest of this fight. If I die, it's because the game is badly designed. That fucking miss. I was like, come on. What do you mean? For those who think I faked it, I speak about an inch from my microphone. You would have heard if I was breathing. Oh, I'm dizzy. Okay. Can't learn any new skills. Yeah, let's see. Sharp Claw. 28 zones. Eh. I mean, some of these are pretty shit. Who cares? It does do okay damage, though. I got a Gatling Punch. Winner is Nick. Hooray. I think the holding my breath thing was a good callback to the beginning of the stream. I can, in fact, hold my breath for quite a long time. Especially since I'm very determined. Congratulations, bronze. Oh, don't they make a joke about this in Lost Evolution? Where you basically just go through all the ranks in like 5 minutes at the very end of the game? So the main reason to do that is so that you get better scan data when you find Digimon in the wild. I think it raises it so champions are 10%, rookies are 15, and so on and so forth. Ultimates are 5. What did I get for XP? Was it Fire and Holy? Or Dragon and Holy? I don't remember what kind of XP Shadramon gave. I need Aquan experience, though. Or Aquan. Yeah, alright. Well, that's a stream. I still don't think this game is great. I think it's long and a slog. I want you to think of the amount of progress we made in 2 hours, and then try and map out how much longer you think the game we have, because I think it's about 80 hours, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know. I don't think this game is going to make an appearance in the poll anytime soon. Johnny, I appreciate you picking it. I understand why you guys want me to play it, but I don't want to. It's not fun. It's just a slog. Like, at least with, I think both Digimon World DS and Lost Evolution are both better than this. It's just because there's more of a plot. This one just feels like, in between, like, main missions, you just have busy work. And I just don't really like that design. I also just think, like, the power in this game is skewed so fucking weird. Like, I just feel like you just constantly feel like you're not hitting very hard at all. So, it's just, I understand why people want to share this game with me. I get it. But, like, I don't enjoy it. I'm not kidding. I'm not memeing. I really don't enjoy it. And if I put in a vote for again, I want you to remember that I don't enjoy it. So if you pick it, you better be fucking ready for Angry Nick, okay? That better be the main reason you pick it. Yeah, 12 hours my ass. How about once a month streaming this game? I mean, I only stream like 3 times a month anyway, so that's still taking a pretty big chunk. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to vote this Wednesday. You can decide if you want to see Your Turn to Die, Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh! The 5-card mod for Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, or Pokemon Stadium 2 rental randomizer. If you're like, I really liked when you got mad in this video and you want to see more of that. And then also on Wednesday, don't forget streaming. Gonna aim for 6 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna play the DLC for Pokemon, so you can watch me play it, so you don't have to buy it. Okay, guys. See you later. Bye bye.